What's going on, YouTube Island community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this kit bash that I've been doing right now. This is the AMT 2021 Ford Bronco First Edition. When this kit first came out, I never did pick it up when it first came out, but I saw it I think it was at Hobby Lobby here recently, and I was like, you know what? I remember building. I remember the first edition Broncos when they first come out. I never did build one. I do have one in the stash, but when this one came out, it was so reminiscent of the first, the first generation Broncos from the '60s. I was just like, wow, that's a great looking little truck. So I just went ahead, picked it up, and one night when I was on a hangout, we got to talking about this particular kit, and I was just like, wow, man. And I remember my friend Tim Kalankwitz wrote an article in Model Car, I think it was issue 221, about this particular kit when it first came out. And I caught Tim in the hangout, and we got to talking about it. And he was just like, "Pappy, if you got it, man, just see what you can do with it." And we were talking about kit bashing. He built it as a pretty much just out of the box stock build, and he did just a phenomenal job with it. But man, y'all know me. If y'all have watched my channel for a number of years, you know there ain't nothing that comes off this bench box stock. So really about the only thing box stock out of this particular kit that I'm doing right now is going to be the interior and the body, and that's about it. This is a curbside kit. If you're not familiar with what curbside is, we'll talk about that here just in a few minutes, and we'll delve more into this. But in the earlier videos, if y'all have been following along, I took the tire. Actually, the tires that I've used are are Scenes Unlimited. I picked up a set of those at a show one time, and I like the wheels that are in the AMT Bronco kit so much that I wanted to incorporate them into the build as well. And I'll show y'all what I did in order to do that. Let me tip it over on its side. I've got it kind of mocked up right now, but that's about the ride height that I'm looking for. Oh my gosh, I feel that thing. Everything's turning loose. But we're going to dissect this. So this is really the height that I'm looking for, and it's coming down to where, oh my gosh, I'm ready to start painting this thing. So what we did in the earlier videos was I showed y'all how I used the big game kit, Revell big game kit frame and everything, how I got everything to fit as far as, marking off the center to centers of the wheelbase and made everything fit all the way with the suspension and the frame itself. The one thing that I'm going to do different with this particular kit is it's not going to be curbside. Curbside is just where it doesn't have an engine. Basically, the hood stays shut, but this hood is not going to stay shut. I've got it to where you can just take it, lift it off, and what's happened? I have cut the opening out of this particular kit. If you've got this kit, everything is just pretty much sealed up in here. The hood goes on it. But when you flip it over, if you use the original frame, you've got the bottom end of an engine and the transfer case and the transmission. That's all you got. So I cut all that out. Marked off where the frame would lay at, and we opened this up with the Dremel. I had to fabricate a cross member right here once I cut that out of the original Game Hunter kit frame. We got everything opened up. I got if y'all remember the engine that I built a while back for one of my builds, this is the big, I think this is the 460 engine that Matthew sells at MCV Products. I was going to put this in a Mustang, and guess what? It didn't fit. So I set it to the side. I already had detailed a lot of it with plug wires. I already did the aluminum pulleys and all that on there. So I didn't want to just set it to the side and be a little shelf queen. So this is going to be the donor motor for this particular build, and I'm going to show y'all that this thing does fit. And it's a tight squeeze, but it does fit, man. Doggone it. It fit so good a while ago that I didn't. There we go. Bam! Look at that. Drops right down in there. And let me pull it out. We're going to put a little bit more detail into the interior compartment right here. Everybody knows my love affair with the 67 Chevelle Pro Streets, which is another AMT kit. I have a lot of those, and I always have spare parts. And if you're familiar with what this radiator core support, it come out of the 67 Chevelle. We had to narrow it a little bit to get it to fit down in here. It fits very nicely in the interior pan. I've already got the I've already got the engine compartment firewall in back here. But as I tell you what, I'm going to tip us over on the side. If you look right down in here, a lot of the imagination to a real car is not there. You got that mounting post. If it was a curbside, that allows you to, have a good mounting position on the frame, and it gives you a glue point. But there's one here and there's one back here in the back section. Those are staying in there. But what I'm going to do is I took some blue masking tape, and when I had the body off of the frame for a while, I just took the masking tape and we created a template based off of that section right there, and then the radius of the inner fender well right here. So I've got all that figured out, and this piece right here will cover that up. There's one for both sides that will go all the way up to the firewall, and then all the way up to this radiator core support, and it hides that mounting point right there. And then when we get it all cleaned up and painted, everything will look really nice. Now, I referenced the 67 Chevelle Pro Street again, and I use a lot of parts out of that. This is and this is going to go on the interior as far as the inner firewall right here. This is the fan, the fan cover for the air conditioning and the heating. So I'm going to mount that. Got one of those that'll mount up against on the firewall. We got a battery that'll mount on the front fender up here on the radiator core support. You got this catch can and a water bottle that'll mount up here on that as well. What else we're using? We're using I'm going to be using this brake booster and the master cylinder up here on this as well. So is it period or is it correct for that? No, man, this is a kit bash. This is what I'm talking about, making it yours. Now we'll be using the transfer case. This is a great looking transfer case, so we will be using this as part of the build as well. And then we'll everything again, like I said, it fits very nicely down in there, and that hood just snaps. It'll just go right back into place. I'm gonna have the as far as the original seats and everything that come out of the Bronco kit, those will be going in there. And if y'all haven't got this kit, this new tooling, it's a great, all the sprues are just pristine. There's one of the sprues from the kit, minimal flash. If you got any flash, it's usually on an area. It's usually not right here on the part itself. So, but love new tooling. It's just great. Let me grab one of the interior pieces right here. This is the door panel, the door card that'll be going down in there. We're going to go with a flat red and some flat black on the interior. That way it pops out with that against that haze gray exterior color that we got going on this. We talked about earlier about the tires and the wheels. That I was going to have to do something a little radical to them, and I'm going to show y'all. I will dissect one of these and show y'all what I had to do. Relatively, it's not really hard. These are the TSL Super Swamper boggers that I got. These are the wheels from one of the Revell kits that fits in these, and all I did was I took a measurement of how thick this is right in here, and also in the order of trying to figure out, it takes a lot of measurement when you're kit bashing. So I had to take I took a piece of tape and what I thought was the proper measurement. I trimmed about maybe an eighth, maybe 3/8 of an inch off of these, or maybe 3/16. I think it was about like 3/16. But once I took that piece of tape and went around it, and I took my Dremel saw and went all the way around that, trimmed that off, sanded everything smooth. We got lucky. That goes right down in there. I've got a nice little ridge right in here. And if you've got this kit, you'll notice one thing I had to do. I had to split this also. I took the Dremel, and went all the way around this right here, and cut that ring off, sanded everything smooth. That way I got a real nice attachment hub here, and that drops right down in there just like so. Now I've got a nice little and I didn't like how, looking at that, once I glue that in there, I still see how it's got these little oval missing out there. Leaves a lot to the imagination. So I go through my parts box and I found a set of styrene rings that went on some kind of a wheel. I don't know what they were. Excuse me while I peel some of this flash off here. I took sanding. It was sanded down, but I didn't peel that off. But all that, I don't know what it came out of, if y'all got any idea, but it's a trim ring off of something, and it drops right down in there just like that and snaps into place. And these are the rotors and the caliper assembly that's in the AMT Bronco kit. All I did was took my Dremel and I hollowed that out, opened that up, and that fits right down on there just like that. And that's going to look great once everything gets painted up and everything. So, but the intentions that we're going to, I'm going to leave this wheel part chrome. We're going to paint this white part. It's going to be a black, gloss black, and then we'll trim out each one of these little openings right here with some AK Super Chrome. We'll pick that out with a fine brush and everything. But that's pretty much it. These are the pieces that I made for the to go inside the engine compartment right here, and it just fits. It's going to take a little. Got to do some trimming, try to make sure that they do fit nicely against that firewall or on the fender well and all that. So, but we're using a lot of the parts from the 67 Chevelle kit. This is the transmission brace that'll go up in there once I figure out where the positioning of the engine's going to be at. So I guess, point in hand, if you've got a kit that you've got a lot of parts left over or, what have you, don't throw them away. Just save them. Save them where you can, you can do a kit bash similar to this, whether it's on a four-wheel drive, a Pro Street, or even just a regular street car or street truck or something like that. So anyhow, I got the rest of the week off. Today's Sunday. We're getting ready to celebrate Christmas, and we have family coming in Christmas Day. We'll be having a Christmas dinner, and I hope everybody has a blessed Christmas. Remember what the reason for the season is. It's for the birthday and the celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. God bless everybody. As I always say, if you can dream it, build it. Pappy out of here.